Lisa Ashbrays, how is she tracking for Saturday?
Yeah, she's definitely on track. We'll train tomorrow. The girls come in and she'll be a test for this week.
What about Amy Mulholland? She obviously had a pretty heavy landing in that last quarter.
Yeah, she'll be out with concussion. Obviously unfortunate. She's been, a really important player for us this year, but she won't play this week.
Who gets the match-up on Caitlin Gould?
Yeah, there's a fair few players for them. So, Braz is certainly an option. Driscoll, Scanlon. I think the ability for our backs to be really flexible and who can play on who has been a really important trait for them. And, so we'll kind of shore that up tomorrow afternoon once we've done our oppo.
Back on Ash, she's been spending a lot of time in the moon boot. Do you like her chances?
Yeah, I do actually. It's more to protect her from running around after a kid. She's super active, she's a busy mum, and it gives her the best chance to get up, so it's more of a protective mechanism than anything else.
Gabby O'Sullivan has 75 games this week. She's had some big moments recent. Is she capable of another big performance?
Absolutely, she always is. I thought obviously she had really great moments. She offers that agility and speed in the contest as well. I think a couple of times her defensive efforts were just brilliant, but also those clutch goals that she'll send the highlights through to me and show me what it's all about. But I'm sure she's got plenty more up her sleeve. And to be honest with you, just consistent football's been the key for her, and I think she can go another level this weekend.
Weirdly, it's quite lovely out there right now and this week in Perth, but over in Adelaide I think it's going to be 32 degrees on Saturday. How do you brace for that heat? I know you're training at being in Perth, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I think it's great. Both teams have got to play in it. Our girls love the heat. We'll obviously have some kind of mechanisms in place later on in the week to be able to go through that, but it's not a concern for us. We love the heat, so.
Norwood Oval, it's a bit of a different oval. I think one of the boundaries is really straight on the broadcast wing, and we had Hayley in during this week for the podcast, and she was talking about the inability against Adelaide last time you played them to transition the footy. How do you look to tackle both the Crows and that ground with that transition and make sure you be able to move the ball?
Yeah, it's certainly a different ground. I think contest is queen as it is every week. Obviously, it's an area of our game that we're continuing to work on. We've been pretty strong in there, so obviously contest will be really important. But the way that we move the ball, it's a different game than probably what we played in round 2. We played at Norwood Oval before. The girls love the opportunity to play there again. It'll be a great ground, and I think both teams have changed over that period as well quite significantly. Round 2 obviously is a game that we remember as not being one of our best, but fiercely determined to turn that around this weekend.
What have you seen in their game that you think you can expose?
Oh, they're pretty elite, to be honest. I saw them obviously firsthand in round 2 and then on the weekend. I guess that consistency across all 3 lines is something that is going to be really crucial for us. I don't think the weekend prior to this that we played our best football, but what will be important for us is our midfield battle. I think essentially last time we played them, our mids were beaten. Marinoff was extremely important, so was Hatchard. So I think it'll come down to the midfield battle, but to be honest with you, their ability to win it all over the ground is obviously a concern, but we're a far better team than we were in round 2.
Far better team, and also a far better ruckman. She's grown this year massively. Is she the best player in the comp right now?
She's pretty impressive, yeah. I reckon she probably is right up there. It's one of those things, she just has a role for us, obviously giving first use to our mids, and that's going to be crucial, that battle as well, because obviously the Allen sisters are really good and they're in really great form as well, so she's going to be up against it this week, but once again she seems to rise to another level every time she has a great opportunity that comes her way, so it'll be a great battle, be really fierce. I think it'll probably be won and lost in the mid, so that's a challenge that we're willing to obviously take on.
I think between Mim and Jess, they have the top 5 hit-out records in the AFL, all 5 out of 5. How do you see that sort of battle of both being really quality rucks, but both having that ability to give their midfields first use?
Yeah, massive. I think first use is going to be really important as well, but I guess having that mobility over the ground as well. Mim's shown in the last few weeks that she can really spread the ground really well, which will be a great battle, but also the strategy going into the game is a big part of it. Obviously getting first use, how you can defend and obviously attack in there is going to be really crucial as well. So we've got a few little ideas to work through there. We've obviously got flexibility in our mid-roll, and it'll be a great, obviously, contest in there.
Can you stop Ebony Marinoff, or is it about mitigating what she does?
Yeah, I don't think you can stop her. She's got impressive numbers. We know got a great left foot. She's a high metres gain player, and we've gone up against other teams that are the same with Elise Parker and the likes of it, and so it's just mitigating part of that, and that'll be a challenge for us. But she's also got a challenge up against some of our mids who are in really great form.
When you come up against an elite team like Adelaide, how much as a coach do you have to focus on taking away what they do, but then not losing what you do really well? How do you balance that?
Yeah, it's certainly a juggle. I think we've developed a lot since we last played them as well. The balance of that is massive. We want our girls to continue to back their strength. We've got to obviously select and pick the right mix to run through there at the right time. And I guess the biggest thing for us is that recovery and focus on what we can do to beat them, keeping in mind that Mim might not have, the same ascendancy in the ruck, but she'll put up a mighty good battle. So our mids have got to be willing and flexible to be able to adjust to any changes through there.
I remember when she came into the league, she was sort of thrust in as the young one who had to play sole ruck because there was just no one else through injury. And there was always that danger when you do that to a young player, they can go one or two ways. They can do what she's done, or they can go the other way and end up a bit beaten and downtrodden because they're struggling against the bigger players. How have you seen that development? You must be proud though that she took the other route.
Yeah, I think consistency is one of those ones. We knew she's a real fighter. She consistently works on a game. I think I've said this multiple times. She works just as hard on field as off field as well, and her ability to understand different rucks crafts through her brother as well. Obviously, Bo McDonald used to coach her as well, and that continued development to. Every week she comes in, even last night when we're doing Oppo, she was asking different ways in which she can improve her game, and she knows she's got to continue to step up, and I reckon she will again.
Who are your options for replacing Amy? Does it open the door for a Tux to come in, or a bit of a reshuffle with maybe Craig thrown forward if Braz comes back?
Yeah, there's certainly a few options with that as well. That's something that we've got to play. Obviously, the conditions, size of the oval, and obviously the cavalry that we think can get the job done. So that'll be a continued conversation, and one we'll have to really work through because we want to get it right, and we want to make sure we've got the strongest team to perform on the weekend, and that's something myself and the coaches will chat through tomorrow. But yeah, some great discussions up, that's for sure.
And just on the forward line and getting bang for buck down there, I think on the weekend there was a lot of domination in general field play, but just maybe left a few out there.
Yeah.
What's that going to be? What's the importance of that coming up against a back line that features Zoe Prowse, Chelsea Bedell?
Yeah, so a massive factor of the game. I think making sure our forward structure in front of the footy is going to be crucial for us. I thought last time they were just able to sit off and bounce too easy on us. So, as a team and strategy-wise, we've got to make sure that we're right on task as well, but also not leaving those goals out there has always been one of those things that our mids are getting on top, and, our inside 50 connection's certainly improving, our forward structure's certainly improving, but you want to be on the top of your game, and they're not going to give you too many opportunities, so you want to make sure you take them, and that's the challenge that's up for us this week, but one we're pumped for.
Do you feel like you're taking in the underdog mentality?
I think this whole season it's been one of those ones where every game's a pressure game for us. So when we went into the final last week, we kind of said to the players, like, we haven't had those big 10, 15 goal wins or anything like that. So every game's high pressure. And I think we've been able to really measure that. We understand that, elimination final and semi-final comes with that greater pressure. So accepting that responsibility, accepting the kind of the challenges that come with it, and then just making sure that we're prepared for those and embrace them and make sure that we execute on game day is going to be crucial.